All right, what's going on, everybody? So last night I told you that that was going to be my last video with the car before it went underneath under the knife for surgery over at Donovan's house this weekend, and that was the plan. I had no intentions of driving the Coupe tonight. In fact, I didn't feel like or had no intention of driving for the rest of the weekend. All that changed this morning, though, when I got a text message from my buddy Tony Thompson asking some details about the local Cars and Coffee for tomorrow, and he proceeds to tell me that he's thinking about bringing out his FD RX7. Now, I've never seen the car. I've only seen some pictures of it that he's posted. I've never been in the car. I've never ridden in the car. But from what I could tell, Tony plans on making this to be a pretty serious car. I think the car is modified already, and he's got plans for it. He's been sending me like Snapchats of Borg Warner turbos and videos of the car spooling up and pulling on the highway. So he's been taunting me with this car, and so he shoots me a text this morning saying, "Hey, I'm going to bring." Yeah, he thinks he fixed the issues that the car currently has with some. I don't know. It's a rotary, so I'm sure it has many issues, but he thinks he fixed some ignition or ECU timing issues, whatever. And he's thinking about making a trek down to New Jersey to come out to Cars and Coffee. So I know many of you probably know my relationship with Tony. I've been friends with Tony for 20 plus years. And we've always had a friendly rivalry. In fact, Tony was my neighbor back in Freehold when I lived there with my parents. And part of the reason why I got into imports in this whole drag racing / street racing scene is because of Tony Thompson. So he and his father introduced me to Atco Raceway. I want to say back when I was in high school. I didn't even have a license back then, so I was probably 14 or 15 years old. And man, ever since then, I just like caught the bug, and I've been hooked. You know, so that's what drove my love for these Japanese / European sports cars. So the history between Tony and I is we've always had competing sports cars. So our first set of cars, I had a 97 M3, he had a 97 Honda Prelude SH, and you know, the M3 was faster than the SH of the Prelude. And then Tony upgraded and got an Audi TT, which I think he had the 225 horsepower all-wheel drive 6-speed version. And he did some, you know, chip work, exhaust work, all that fun stuff. And we did a poll, which is actually on video and probably on YouTube. And he smoked my ass. He smoked my ass real good. And he smoked Pete's SRT4 really good as well. As much as Pete won't admit it, the TT took us both down. And so that was a driving factor in me going with the Technique Tuning Stage 2 Turbo Kit to begin with. So after Tony smoked my ass, I said, there's no way I can have an Audi TT, a hairdresser's car, spanking me like that. So I put the Technique Tuning Stage 2 Turbo Kit on my M3, leveled the playing field, and then Tony went ahead and sent his car away to Mike with the Turbo Beetle, sent them to him and said, hey, custom fab me some crazy big turbo kit TT, and I don't know, I never saw that car again. So Tony's you know, notorious for building cars, and then it just disappears. So we kind of went our separate paths in life, you know, just life kicked in, and he moved to New York. I'm still here in New Jersey. And, you know, the rivalry's always been there, you know, but I have not gone head-to-head with Tony probably for a good, at least 11, 12 years. So when he tells me that he's coming to New Jersey with his fixed-up RX7, that just throws off a whole bunch of red flags. I mean, that's the modern equivalent, or a political equivalent would be if Kim Jong-un sent Donald Trump a text message saying, hey, I think I got the kinks worked out in my hydrogen bomb that I'm working on. I think I'm going to do a test fire over the White House tomorrow. Are you okay with that? I mean, that's the type of level we're at right here. I mean, we're basically at DEFCON 1 right now. And so I need to be prepared for tomorrow. And I've got some testing under my belt. You guys have seen the videos, but it's not enough. I'm not ready. I know FD RX7s with modifications, and when they're done right, can be fast cars. I know that. So I'm not going to take this challenge lightly. And for those of you that don't know Tony, he's Jamaican. And for those of you that don't know Jamaicans, speed is in their blood, all right? So you go to any import drag race and you watch those teams compete, and the guys with the fastest cars, particularly rotary cars, are Jamaican, all right? And they, you know, Tony's dad is a car nut. Tony's brother is a car nut. Tony's dad was importing SR20 DET engines into the USA before the import scene even knew about them, or before it was the big hype. I mean, I remember being a freshman in high school. This is going back to 97, 98. And Tony's dad taking delivery with SR20. So speed is in his blood. I mean, Jamaicans in general. I mean, look, fuck, Usain Bolt, fastest fucking runner in the world, right? Jamaican bobsled team. Fuck, they don't even have mountains or snow or ice there, yet they got a fucking bobsled team, right? That just goes to show you that these guys are serious about speed. And Tony, let's just talk about Tony specifically. All right, so you want to know how serious he is about speed. This is a guy who switched from an Android-based phone to an Apple-based phone so that he could get his work emails faster. That's how serious this guy is about speed. I mean, listen, I can understand if you switch phone carriers because, you know, you're not getting good reception, or if you're not getting, like, business emails that, like, if you're a business owner. But this is a guy who wanted to get his work emails faster. Who does that? I don't know anybody that wants to get their work emails faster. But that's Tony Thompson. So, what does that mean for me? All right? That means that I need to get this car tuned up and dialed in tonight. I've been pretty conservative. I've been taking baby steps with this thing, but the reality is I need to get it dialed in tonight. I mean, if he's bringing the RX7 down to New Jersey tomorrow, there can't be any excuses. The car has to be ready. So, what am I going to try to do tonight? All right. Well, first thing, and this is where I'm going to now, is I need some race fuel. All right. So if we're going to push this sucker, I'm going to try to get this engine to last as long as I can. If she pops, she pops. So be it. But I've basically been on the phone all day trying to locate some race fuel. And I believe I found a location that I'm driving to now to pick up some race fuel. So I definitely know they have at least 100 octane unleaded. I think they've got 110 octane leaded, which kind of sucks. It's bad for your cats. I have a high flow cat that I just put in here, but who cares? You know, if I blow the cat, I blow the cat. I mean, this is Tony Thompson. I gotta be ready. All right, so once I get the fuel in the car, I'm not going to show you guys any video of me doing the tuning because I can't let the enemy see where I'm at. But I'm going to target 20 to 22 psi tonight. I'm going to jack up. I'm going to jack up my wastegate spring pressure to at least 15 psi tonight, and let's see how she does. I mean, if I can get to 20 psi and still maintain like 12 air fuels or something like that, I'll be really happy. I probably don't think I'll get there, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Really, it's like this is where we're at. I mean, this is the Super Bowl here. I mean, Tony, you guys think that I change cars often. Tony changes cars more often than some people change their underwear. All right, so this might be my one and only chance at this RX-7. And like I said, the last time I went head-to-head with Tony was the M3 versus the TT, and I already told you how that ended. He slapped me around real good. He pulled some lengths on me, and it just happens to be that I'm back in a BMW, and I can't let the BMW community down tonight, or tomorrow, I should say. I can't let him do that to me again. So wish me luck. I have a feeling one of two things is going to happen tonight. Either I'm going to blow the motor, or I'm going to blow the diff, or not the diff, but the subframe. Who cares? I was planning on upgrading it anyway. If I blow the motor, that'll suck even more. I'm done for the season if the motor blows. But hey, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going for it. So, wish me luck. Tony, I know you're watching this. I hope you're ready for tomorrow. I don't want to hear any excuses. I'm out here. I wasn't even planning on bringing this car to the Cars and Coffee tomorrow. I was going to bring, tomorrow's supposed to be like 90, 91 degrees outside. I was like, you know what? It's going to be a nice day. Let me go ahead and take the Corvette out, drop the top and just enjoy the nice weather. But when I saw that text message come across this morning, I knew all bets are off. So I'm out here tonight. I'm working it. I'm making the adjustments. I will be ready for tomorrow. So I hope you bring your A game. And, yeah. And so Tony, just so you guys know, right? So Tony sends me his text message. I'm like, oh, when I respond to him saying, like, oh shit, I gotta get my M Coupe dialed in. His response is, oh, you have nothing to worry about. I'm still on my shitty turbo and shitty intercooler setup. So in Tony Thompson language, that means, yeah, I'm still on my, GT40R turbo with my 4.5 or 5 inch deep intercooler. I'm not on my Borg Warner 9180 with a 6-inch deep water, intercooler. So he's playing humble. Tony, I know the game you're playing. I'm telling you, I'm ready. Oh, I will be ready. So stay tuned, folks. Tomorrow should be an interesting day, or actually tonight should be an interesting day, but we'll see how things go. I'll update you guys tomorrow.